You have to remember this is also years and 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 years of practice on my end as well. You have to remember this. It takes a lot of time also and perseverance to be able to do good and to be able to win in your craft, because at the end of the day, the stock market is all about you following your plan and not following the crowd and not following what other people are telling you, because you make money when you have a firm conviction on what you're doing. Hello everyone, ako si Marvin Germo. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na to, paki-subscribe, pati pakitamaan yung bell para ma-update ka kada labas ko ng bagong video. Yung adhikain ng channel na to ay para turuan kayo, mabigyan kayo ng gabay upang makatipid kayo, makapag-invest kayo at mapalaki yung pera nyo para bawat Pilipino kumikita at maabot ang kanyang pangarap ng financial freedom. So enjoy the rest of the video. Morning guys, it's my 4th day here in Melbourne, which is a relatively sunny start to the day, and it's the 3rd day of our technical analysis series here in Australia. So I got a lot of questions over the past months, asking how I make my trading plans, and I just think it's fitting to actually do it also on a Monday, on the start of a trading day, so that you guys also have a notion of how it's actually done and how I actually do it. You have to remember this though. Whatever I'm sharing here is something that fits me. You just get the logic behind it, get the process, get the principle, but I hope that you make and formulate something of your own, because at the end of the day, strategies, techniques is something that is built based on your own risk profile. It's built based on your own technique. It's built on your own cash flow, built on the way your portfolio is. Gano'ng kalaki yun, the bigger your portfolio, the different types of risk you can also take. And then it's also built on the plan that you would have, how your duration as well, on how quick or how slow or how moderate your trades should be planned, or how you want to go about it. So that's what's nice about stock trading and investing, that you can define it based on your own terms. So how do I actually do it, and what's the plan for it? First things first, number one, every weekend, that's where I spend the most time going through about my stocks, my watch list. Every weekend, that's when I start plowing through and start studying my parameters, whether I should buy the stock or not. I have already a pre-set list of stocks that I watch on a regular basis. So now, how do I go and screen that even further? First things first, before I make a trade, I try to segment it, I try to sequence it based on, is it for investing, is it for position trading, or is it for quick trading? So how does it go from there? If I'm trying to invest, what I'll do is this. Of course, it's pretty much built on fundamentals. It's pretty much built on how which stocks, based on fundamental analysis, is something that I like and something that's good. So normally already on my list for investing, the number one parameter there will always be, number one, is the stock earning, is the stock good, is the stock growing, is it liquid, how much debt it has. If it's liquid, it doesn't have as much debt, it's earning massive amounts of money, it has a lot of dividends, then I like it. The only question now that will be my biggest set is this: is the stock at that point in time cheap or not already? So I have like a price point using fundamental analysis ratios telling me if the stock is cheap or expensive. If it's cheap, I like it. If it's cheap, I'm going for it. If it's cheap at a certain price point that I like it, that's when I start coming in. You have to remember this. For my investing portfolio, I'm willing to wait for a specific set of time, no matter how long it is. As long as it becomes cheap for me, that's where I come in. I'm willing to wait a long time, and if it hasn't hit the parameter na mura na siya, I'm not coming in yet. Next, for position trading naman. For position trading, I try to combine both technicals and fundamentals for that trade. Meaning, I use my fundamentals to select it. I use the same parameters that I mentioned for investing. However, my timing element is not whether it's cheap. My timing element is whether the stock is going up already, or it's reversing, or in a trend perspective, my technique there is just following the trend on where it's actually headed. So my key buy points is this. I look at the charts, then I look at and try to see among the charts, saan na siya doon nagsistart mag-reverse. That will be my initial, and that will be my biggest buying point. I have set specific areas where I see key reversals based on breakouts. I repeat, the reversals should be based on breakouts. That, number one, it's out of the downtrend already, and number two, you actually see a significant amount of buying, a significant level of people willing to buy the stock and willing to push it higher as well. So that's very, 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 very important to me. So every weekend, I try to go through them one by one until I see those that are reversing. The next, if there's none that's still reversing, I have a key point already or key price point to know when it's starting to break out. So that's what I'll do. I'll have that point in mind that if it breaks out above 10, I start buying. So how does it go? If it hasn't broken out on Sunday or on the close of Friday, what I will do is this. I'll check it. Did it break out on Monday? Did it break out on Tuesday? Did it break out on Wednesday? If it has not break out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna come in. You have to remember this. In the world of stock investing, you don't have to be there all the time. You only have to be there when it counts the most, and that's one of the biggest techniques that you could use when it comes to stocks. That you do not trade and force yourself every time that you feel that you should come in. You should only come in when it's something that's advantageous to you as well. Next, for quick trading naman, I have a different style, different portfolio, different technique for it. My goal is to make money from the volatility. So what does that mean? I set support and resistance levels. As I set support and resistance levels, I plot those already every weekend. But as I plot them every weekend, my technique and my goal is this. I have specific areas using support and resistance where I want to come in. I have specific areas also using support and resistance where I want to sell the stock. So meaning, as the week starts, I already plot them. For example, set, okay, if the stock stays above 10, hits 10, I'll start to buy. So what does that mean? When I see stocks in the weekend already that I've seen it bounce from 10, when I see it start going above 10, or when I see it already is close to it, I start to buy. However, if there's none yet, it's not yet at that effect, I don't do anything. I don't make a trade. I don't follow through with it. However, Monday, suddenly the stock hits it and starts to bounce. The next day, Tuesday, I start buying. So that's, if you've noticed it, there's no room for emotions here. Everything is just based on the numbers. Everything is just based on, will it hit this amount? Will it hit this level? And do I start to buy? That's just it. So now, let me give you an example. Okay, now telecoms. Now telecoms is moving at a range of around 9 to 13. You have a support around 9 and you have a resistance at around 13. Now close at around 9.8. So my goal is this. If now tries to drop and goes as close as it can to 9 and starts to hold above the level this week, my trading plan is this. As close as I can to 9 and I see it not drop below 9, I start to buy. However, as I buy at 9 and it drops below 9, I cut loss. You have to remember this. My goal is not to play a perfect game. My goal is not to be perfect in every trade that I make. My wife is the only one that's perfect. So my goal is not to think that I'll never make a mistake. But my goal is, if I make a mistake, I cut loss. If I make a mistake, I should have a plan that surround myself to escape the trade with minimal loss. So that if I make money on a good trade, any good trade will compensate for any loss that happens. So now, if it bounces from 9 and I hold it already because I've bought it, I'll just stick to it and just stay until it hits the target price of 30 pesos per share. And that's the context of all of our stocks by request sessions naman. So that's it. It sounds a bit simple, but you have to remember this. This is also years and 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 years of practice on my end as well. You have to remember this. It takes a lot of time also and perseverance to be able to do good and to be able to win in your craft. Because at the end of the day, the stock market is all about you following your plan and not following the crowd and not following what other people are telling you. Because you make money, you make money when you have a firm conviction on what you're doing. You have a firm conviction on what you're supposed to buy and sell as well. So that's it. I'm close to my venue already. I'm close to where Stock Smarts Melbourne is. So thank you to everyone who's been joining the series. Thank you for all of your questions. I will try to post as much videos as I can. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo from Melbourne, Australia. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon.